Hello? Hello? Oh god, the sound is so different. Oh baby. Hi everyone. Can that be your permanent home? Yes, you can live next to Sarah. Sarah is still in the trunk of my car because I'm afraid to transport her from the car to the apartment without being seen. Oh hi. It me. I don't know if I'm in focus or not. I think I am. I changed the camera up a little bit. Hi. It Deadpool. Deadpool usually lives on my desk, but he lives here and he's protecting my snake plant right now. So, yeah, sorry if the audio is bad or it sounds echoey and things like that. But yeah, I'm trying to like figure it all out. The microphone's mounted differently. Maybe I'll move it. I'm not sure yet. Worst stream of it? Yeah, not bad, just different. Well, the room is very echoey. Worst dream ever is true, but that's true for most of the time. Deadpool's supposed to be. So I changed the camera because I can actually, because I have a wall here, and not just like curtains. I can actually like crank up the light and bounce it now, and so I'm bouncing the light off the wall, which means that I can get more light in the room, which meant I could change my camera settings, which meant I could actually have depth of field. So a booger on the wall, this or this. Yeah, they did a pretty terrible job. The difference of now that I own, which is an insane thing to say. The difference is they don't have to do a move out clean, and so they just didn't, and that's why was it mushy? No, it's just like a weird mark on the wall. There's a bunch of marks on the wall. You need way better light control near your webcam. Are you are you using manual settings for it? Oh yeah, we don't worry. There's still landlord news. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. There'll always be for the next 2 months. There will be landlord fallout and all that stuff. Don't worry about that. The stories aren't going away. The bingo card square is safe. Like controlling your. Oh, sorry. I see what you mean. Like yeah. I mean, I just right now I have like a. This has a rolly blind, so the layout of the room is different. He's right beside the window. God, the the layout of the room is essentially the same size as the previous room, but it's laid out just a little bit better in the sense of like it's not two walls of a window and a door, and it's like the door is now behind me, like the door's behind me, not in the middle, so I can actually use like that. Like this wall actually goes back a little bit, so it's a little bit longer. That's why I can fit this in, and I have a chair. Like I have the chair here, the Sarah chair is here, plus I have this. So like I have a lot more room behind me going this way. I was thinking about doing it this way, but the door would actually hit the desk. So I can't really do that. But I did like the idea of that because then what I could do is I could decorate this wall if I get the desk this way. And then, if I want, I can always bring this up. But then I got to deal with lighting and I mean, I can put holes in the wall. It's fine. So the film when have you had that yet? Kind of. I've not really had that true sync. There's things where it's like I've realized I'm like, oh fuck, I have to fix this, or there's little things like that. There has been times where I've been like, oh, I need to like message the landlord, and I'm like, wait, no, I don't. There's like a few times I've done that. Beside two big ass windows in a large room, black blinds work, but not well enough. You could get, like those like shower curtain things that go around, or like in a hostel room, you get those and you just like pull it around. You could do that. You got to bring it. Yeah, I kind of reached that. Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that I got to do. There's so much paperwork still. Like I had to have a call with the mortgage company today and set up that. So that's all happening. And then I think just logging into a dashboard and seeing just like this kind of pie chart of how much money I owe to this company is kind of daunting to be like, oh fuck. Like, because the guy on the phone was just like, he's like, oh, is this or this? Are you just moving your mortgage over? And I was like, no, this is like my first ever one. He's like, oh, congratulations, that's really good. And he's like, I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, is this with like a partner thing? I was like, no, it's just me. And he's like, oh, wow. It's like, it's so hard to do that in Vancouver, especially right now. And this, and I was like, I get it was kind of like a more complimentary thing, but it started to make me panic because I was like, oh my God, it's just me. I'm on my own. I'm responsible for all of this. And I started to have like this existential dread thing today of just like, oh my God, what have I done? Not in like a regret getting this place, but it's more just like it's just that thing of like, oh God, what have I done? I'm now on the hook for this thing, and it's like, fuck. Because he started talking about life insurance and disability insurance, and he's like, do you have that? And I was like, no, not really. I was like, I have the thing where it like pays off the mortgage if I die, and he was like, yeah, it's like, but there's things where it's like life insurance and disability insurance where it's like if you can't work or anything like that, you need time off, you pay for this insurance and it covers the this and that. And I was just like, it's like, oh, I didn't even like, not that I didn't consider it because it was definitely a conversation I had with the mortgage broker because that they want to sell you on that stuff, but there was definitely just like this. That was at a time where I was at my most stress, where I was trying to get everything together, trying to get all the paperwork together, and dealing with the landlord stuff on top. That I was like, this is not important to me right now. I just need to get through this. And then it's like, now all of the noise has gone away mostly. It's like, now I have to actually like think of these things and be like, oh fuck, like I gotta have all these things in place. Like my credit card bill at the end of next month is thousands. It's so high. And I'm just like, okay, plus I gotta like my first payment, most people's first payment on a mortgage is like the beginning of the next month, but because I'm doing bi-weekly, mine's is like next Monday. So I'm like, oh fuck, I have to like, it's not like I get the breathing room of a month. It's like, oh no, 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 no. You moved and now you have to start paying like almost immediately. And I'm like, oh my God. So there's like all of these things where it's like I'm just a little out of step with everything. The good thing is at work, we just got more footage from that indie project I mentioned we were doing, and we just got a new movie and a mini series, which is good. So there's a little bit of like, I have work. I'm okay. I'm good. I just got to get through this, and yeah, it's can't say anything about it obviously, but it's like it seems interesting. It's very like bread and reliable pay. I mean, is anything in this day and age with what's going on, but at least it's like, yeah, we have work in, we've got stuff that we're doing. Yes, reliable, giant quotation marks. And but it's like at least for like the next few months, it's something where it's like, okay, let's just replenish every emergency fund. Let's get all this stuff going. Let's get in a good spot with that. And yeah, I mean, even that life insurance stuff is not too bad. I think it's like $160 a month, which is a lot. But they were like, oh, but you could do like a half one where it's half the amount and they just pay 50%. No, it's not a requirement. It's not. It's just it's like one of those things where it's like you don't have to have it, but in the event something happens where it's like you lose your job or you get into an accident or like you have like stress, you have to take a break from work from stress release and stuff like that because debts aren't transferable. They're not. No, the mortgage repayment, it's the insurance. This insurance is not like life insurance when you die. It's if something happens while you're alive. So it's this insurance of like, if you lose your job, by having this insurance, they will pay the mortgage for you up to a certain amount for like up to 2 years. So it's like things like that where it's like just in case stuff. So they have an option where it's like $80 a month and they'll pay 50%. So that way it's like if something happens, so like let's say have your lawyer look over that because insurance type for losing job and they rejected it because yeah, I think that was why I kind of said no because I was like, if I'm gonna do that, I think I'm gonna look elsewhere and I'm gonna like get actual life insurance and things like that. I'm gonna like not do it just I think having it all under one umbrella is just a little too many things for it to fall apart. In the same way as they say like you shouldn't get a mortgage from your bank because even though on paper it seems good because you have the history with them, sometimes they can like hold things against you because they have your entire history right there. And I have a pretty good history with the bank, and this is not with them. This is a different company, but there is a lot of stuff with that. Yeah, it's just like if you build, it's that whole thing of like if you're trying to build a house, you don't build the bricks stacked one at a time. You build a foundation that's around, right? So if something happens, you're not just like left high and dry. There's no way that this mortgage company would go under. It's like I think the lawyer when I was signing stuff, he's like, yeah, it's like one of 8 mortgage companies this company has that's also built around something. I was like, okay, like it's fine. So it's not the end of the world. Like I'm not too worried. But yeah, so today so the stuff that's arrived. Sorry, my nose and my sinuses are fucked from the move still. So if I'm sneezing or rubbing my face, I apologize. It's just the dust and everything, and I've been in the storage locker today, putting my boxes away. This is where today has felt really nice, because today was the first time where it's like I took almost every box down to the storage locker so that it's like the TV box is gone, the soundbar box is gone, all my monitors, like everything to do with the PC is down. The only downside is I think I accidentally threw away my keyboard has those like things to, like make it stick up. And it's like a gray one, and I think I saw that somewhere and it must have come off, and I was like, I don't know what that is, and I threw it away, and so now my keyboard is like lopsided, and I'm like, God damn it. But every box is now down there. The portable AC is down there. I have another one of these keyboards somewhere, like in here, so it's not a big deal. I have a mechanical one, but it's just like noisy. You always get prompted by one of the accounts, link your other bank account. I'm like, no, I don't want to automate eating. Yeah, I don't like it because I don't like it being automatic makes things convenient, but it makes me pay less attention, which is kind of what they want. But I want to know exactly I want to know what's coming in and what's going out of my accounts. And I will do it the more manual way to keep on top of that rather than just letting it all, because you can do that with like Wealthsimple, where you can, if you have like the payees in a bank, you can have it linked to that bank and then use those payees and send it forward. And I was like, nope, not doing that. I was like, I will just move it over. Like that's so stupid. And yeah, so it's a lot of stuff like that that I'm dealing with. And then yes, we had meetings today with the project. The only thing I've got to figure out is, aside from the sound in this room, I think what I'm gonna do, because I do want to paint the wall in here. I think it needs it. There's like all these marks of the wall. Again, yeah. So because I'm not moving in, where's Sarah? She's in the trunk of the car. I'm not even kidding. She's in the trunk of a car because I was too embarrassed to like bring her upstairs because I have no way to cover her up. So I'm gonna do it at like 2 a.m. But I also had like nowhere to put her right now. Now I do. I can put her on the chair again, and set up the little camera. But I had nowhere to put her before. But today is the first time where you were asking about, does it start to feel like it's like, oh, this is mine? Today is like the first time I started feeling that way, where I've been relaxing into it. Like I canceled the hydro. I moved out the other place on Thursday, and I canceled the hydro Saturday because I've moved out. Like it's no longer my apartment. I've paid for the month, but it's no longer my apartment. So I've canceled that. Like the insurance thing canceled. That was supposed to cancel at a different time, and they just canceled it. And I was like, fuck, okay. But it's already done. Just want Trisha that says film crew and carry her up like normal. I do. Oh no, I threw it out. I did have like my old merch that says like film crew on it. So I could have worn that, but it's fine. I mean, they'll just be like, why is it coming into the building? But whatever. I'll just put her head in a duffel bag. There we go. Problem solved. They'll just think I'm kidnapping a woman instead. That's a much better way to deal with it. But today, so my coffee maker, I ordered a coffee maker. It's still not fucking arrived. I ordered it from this company with the sole reason being one, it was on sale, and two, it was supposed to arrive between the 1st and the 3rd before I moved in, so it was ready to go. It's still like somewhere else. The last time they updated the tracking was like the 2nd of April. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I paid for the delivery on this. I could have just picked it up from the store. Etobicoke. But it was like, the original place was Etobicoke in Ontario. Then it went to Memphis. Then it came back to Etobicoke. and it's just sitting in Etobicoke, and they haven't updated it. Like purely, they haven't updated the tracking at all since last week. When it was shipping delays via US and Vanports. But that's what I mean. Is like it came. I'm assuming it got it wrong, and it was like it's coming from Ontario when it really was in Memphis for some reason, and they got it to Canada, and then it's just been sitting in a facility, and then the last update says departed from the facility. Now it's ground shipping, but I don't think 5 to 7 days. I don't think it takes that long to drive across Canada, but the fuck do I know? But it's been 2 weeks. I could have literally just ordered it to pick up from the store. Etobicoke. Yeah, but that's because I'm from a place where it's like, I'm from a place where like the names of the small towns are like that, where it's like cough. It's spelled cough, but it's pronounced co, right? It's like that. That's why. I think I heard like Shay or someone say it. Give me 1 sec. Borough. Yeah, like borough. Not borough. Scarborough. Scarborough. I gotta blow my nose. The thing is, it's gonna take me longer because I have to go further now. Etobicoke. Do the okie dokie. The thing I was gonna do, which I thought would be really funny, but I didn't have time to set it up, like the green screen, because it'd take forever, is I was gonna go to one of my VODs and get a screenshot of my old apartment, because the camera's like in the exact same place, and put it up, and then green screen myself in and just pretend that I didn't move. But I think it would have like, you would have noticed within very short amount of time. But it would have been really funny to do that. Because I've done that before, because I remember when I had, in one of my first apartments, I had the whole posters wall behind me that I made on foam core. And I took a screenshot of it on the stream, and then I green screened myself in, so it was behind me. And then when we went into game footage, it was just me on a green screen, and it looked kind of okay because the webcam was just shit, so it just all looked like shit anyway. But anyway, what has arrived is, I've never done it before, but the people before me had a wall mount for the TV, and I've never mounted a TV on the wall before because I don't trust myself to do it. But it was already there, and I saw the place, and they had the TV in, and I looked up, I asked them what it was, and they're like, oh, it's this, and I looked it up, and it was like, yeah, this is good for like up to 60 pounds, because I was like, my TV's a little bigger, because it's supposed to be like 25 to 55 inch TVs. It's not really made for a TV that's 65 inch, but the weight is really what's more important, right? So I looked up the weight capacity. It was like 60 pounds. I think my TV's like 35 pounds. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's fine. So I had to order some screws, and I got the screws and put in, got the right ones and mounted it. And I actually really like it now, I gotta say. The only thing is, so like there's a bunch of things, again, because they didn't have to do like a move out clean or do any of the stuff that you'd have to do if you rented. There's so much shit that's left here. It's kind of insane. Yeah, no way TVs nowadays. Yeah, right? I mean, the main thing you have to worry about is the width of the bolts. The thing is like, I had to slide it all the way to the left as well, because it was like not centered properly, the thing in the they've done a bunch of weird stuff where it's like the wall mount is on the stud, which is fine, but it's like just ever so slightly not centered, so I have to put it all the way over, and it's just ever so slightly off, and I'm like, it's close enough, it's fine, you can access stuff, like it's not so off center that it's like it looks bad. It's just a little bit like not perfect. But they had these holes in the wall to feed through the cables, right? And they've got one at the top. They've got two. Sorry, they have two. They have one at the top that has a plug-in, but it's really far back, so you can't like do anything with it. And then they have another one below that that's separate. So instead of just getting like a strip put in, it's like these set back things that are inside the wall. And the one at the bottom is crooked. Like it's legitimately, like you have like the hole at the top, which is where the one of the plug sockets is. And then you have this other thing, and it's like this. I was like, who put this in? And then that's where you feed all the cables through. And what they did was they fed the cables through, but they put the out hole on the other side of the wall in the bedroom. So it doesn't come out at the bottom and back out so you can plug in like a soundbar. I guess because they must have mounted the soundbar to the bottom of the TV. But it goes out into the bedroom. So I just have this cable hanging down to my soundbar. Or anything like I put the PS5 in on the little TV bench. And it's like, okay, so I just have a cable hanging down because I wanted like a Blu-ray player, right? So you just have a cable hanging down. I'm like, why would you not put it? I guess they must have wanted nothing below the TV, so it was like in the other room, in like a drawer or something, or in a chest of drawers, or back of a wardrobe. I don't know. So it goes in the other room, and it's just like, man. So I'm gonna have to put a hole in the wall. Good thing is I could do it, and I don't have to give a shit. But it was like, it's just such a like it's like that inconvenience of like, why did you do it this way? They have these really heavy doors, like sliding doors in the wardrobe, and no handles. So you have to like handprint push the door. I'm like, what do you mean you never put handles on these things? It's so weird. It's like they put these nice doors in and then no way to open it. And I guess they just never closed them fully. The other thing is, and Shay counted and he went around the whole apartment and filmed it. They left 38 hooks on the wall. And almost every single hook is different. There is no, like, there's picture hooks. You can see one here. There's like some. Almost every single one of the hooks is completely different. There's like, they left a bunch of like wall plugs too, where I guess they must have mounted something. I don't know. Which makes some stuff easier, because if I want to mount Live, Laugh, Love everywhere, not quite, but it was just like, yeah, it's just weird. In the bedroom, I think they had like a painting, so there's just two of those on hooks. But there's like these god awful like sticky plastic hooks that are all different colors along the wall. They swapped out one plug in the bedroom to like a Wi-Fi switch, like a Wi-Fi switch, but it's wired in. That's connected to their router, which I haven't set up. So that, and they were like, oh yeah, so you could like turn off the light when you're in bed. And I'm like, just get a fucking lamp, man. Jesus Christ, just like click. That's all you needed to do. I mean, I haven't. I don't want to. I don't want to think about it. They didn't clean the floors like basically at all. Like I said, they left all the wall mount stuff. They didn't clean a lot of the stuff because again, they were just like, oh, don't have to. They left some stuff in the storage locker. It wasn't too bad. It was like some cardboard or whatever, but it was empty, which is nice for the most part. So all my stuff is down there. I've covered everything in like sound blankets and taped it all up and should be fine. But yeah, it was just like just weird choices. One thing I've noticed and I've really got to like look into it is like I think there's something going on with the vent on the dryer because it gets really warm in there. And I started to notice there was like condensation on the back of the door if I close it, so I leave it open. And there's like, it's got a little bit of that damp smell in there. And I'm like, I might need it. But yeah, I think it does. And it's like the washer itself has like a bit of a smell. I oxy cleaned it. I ran it a few times. I oxy cleaned it. Like I washed some towels in there and the towels don't smell off. So I think it's just like I don't know, but I am just like, I feel like I'm going to have to like at some point get this looked at and just be very aware of it. Cause they did a really bad job. Like in the bathroom, there was a bunch of grout that was like, had gaps in it. And they clearly didn't re-grout it. They used some kind of putty to like cover it up and it looks really bad. There's clearly like, there was a little bit of like mold in some of the silicone. And they just like went over it. Like we knew this from the inspection, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you're probably gonna have to renovate the bathroom in like within the next 2 to 5 years." And I was like, "Okay," because there's like you can see moisture kind of seeped into the skirting board, and there's like holes in the grout, and there's like they've clearly just gone over with like a silicon thing to try and like cover it up, and I'm like, I was like, at the end of the day, it's like this is not stuff where I'm like, this is the absolute deal breaker because it's still a very well maintained building. It's still like a really nice apartment overall. There's just certain things where I'm like, I'm just gonna have to deal with this because it's like, then again, it's like I'm not pointing fingers as if like I'm like early 2000s, so it's a relatively new building. It wasn't built in the 90s. Like we looked at another apartment in this complex last year. So like before I even looked at this, I'd already read all of the strata history and everything, which actually made it a lot easier because we could just be like, yep, we're good. Like I know all like the weird, like any weird stuff with the strata. Like I was very familiar with the building, like a lot of stuff like that. I will say when I moved in, maybe it was just because of exhaustion, but I slept so well. I've been sleeping really well. I'm tired. Like I mean, look, like I don't know if you can see, but like my arms are all like bruised up. You can see here, like all my arms are bruised up. My thumb was like split. I posted a photo in the Discord. Like my thumb just like ripped open. My fingers are just wrecked. I mean, I moved every day last week. From like Monday to Friday, I was moving boxes. And then we did the big move with all the big stuff on Thursday, which took like 3 hours still. It was very expensive. It was like over $500 for the 3 hours. It was crazy. And and the movers got a ticket at the other, like leaving the other place. So I had to pay for that too. I was like, fuck's sake. So like the old building was on like a main road and it had no loading dock. It only had street parking or an alleyway. And so they parked in the alleyway and like there's basically just like parking attendants just circling that block all the time. Like I watched them while I saw the movers pull up. I saw them just stand there and waiting for someone to get out the car and leave so they could write them a ticket. Like they were just like it is just bottom feeder heaven at that junction. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, okay. So I had to pay for that. But it's done, right? At the end of the day, it's like in the grand scheme of things, ideally it's one of the last moves I'll have to do for a long time. I don't expect myself to stay here forever, but certainly like for the next few years. It's just like I've put myself in a really good position where it's like I made sure that I wasn't house poor because a lot of people are, including SG Bot, where he's like, oh, you're gonna be house poor. I'm gonna be house poor for maybe 2 months, maybe a month, where it's like I got to pay off all the costs of everything and kind of recoup those and pay down the credit card and everything like that. But house poor, are you so poor right now? So poor. I mean, I was saying to my friends, I was like, if I'm not even kidding, 1 week earlier would have been better. But if I'd waited one more week to like, try and buy a place or pull my money out, if I didn't pull all my money out to put the down payment down when I did, I potentially wouldn't have been able to do the down payment. No, I mean that's not true, but it's like it was like such like a narrow window of time where it was like if I didn't pull that money out then, my down payment I would have had to taken out like so much more. It would like my whole like thing dropped like over 10% easily. And it's like fuck man, it's like I got lucky to do that when I did. The benefit is now if I like when I start buying back into the market, I'm getting it at a discount. But I really wish that wasn't the case. But man, it was just like terrifying because it's like, oh fuck, like if this all falls through, I mean, it's not a bad thing to pull your money out at the right time. Holy fucking shit on this day with good news. Yeah, kind of. It was just like, oh, so coming to Switch 1 and 2. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole thing now as well, right? With the Switch 2. People have been losing their minds at the cost of it, right? Did they give an actual date that it releases though? Because I know it was part of the Nintendo Direct. I didn't see all of it. Can time the market without timing the market. Yeah, I mean, I got this place for 65,000 below its assessed value last year. Pulled out at the right time, giggity. And yeah, it's just, I mean, it's, I gotta do my tax. The good thing, honestly, the good thing about it all is that the reason I say that it was such an important thing, I had to wait for a very specific day to take money out of my retirement account for the house buyer's plan. Because if I didn't, it would erase like a big chunk of all of my retirement contributions from last year, because it has to go back 90 days or something, like 3 months, 90 days. So I had to wait to a specific day before I could pull it out. And like I had to do it on like a Friday, did it on the Friday, and then by Monday everything dropped. Like that was how like close it was to that. It delayed the release. I thought it only delayed the pre-orders. I thought it only delayed the US pre-orders. Silksong is still this year. Because, yeah, that's what I mean, Toxic, is like, when I say that I got very lucky, like, if it was a week earlier, I would have, like, lost that RSP contribution stuff. But at the same time, it's like the value of my account would have been a lot higher. But yeah, it was like, that was when it went, like, it tanked. So I got very lucky with that. Because it's tax season, I know for a fact I'm getting money back because my income last year was lower than it should have been, and I put a third of it away in retirement. I should get like a decent amount back, and that will clear all of like my credit card debt. That will go into emergency fund. So that's what I mean. It's like I'll actually be okay. And this isn't like a brag or a flex or anything like that. Of just like, oh, I just bought a house and I'm not the. No, it's like, keep in mind, I have saved up for this for like over 10 years to get to this point, and I saved up to make sure I was never in a position where I put every penny into an apartment, because I think that's the dumbest thing ever. I saved up so far beyond where I needed to be because I was so afraid that if something happened, I would have nothing, right? You mean I can't save up for a house by sleeping? That you could absolutely do that. You could stream it. You could stream it and make all the money that you need. Tire still exists, plus today's possible additional 50 if it stays. Yeah. I'm gonna buy a house on Thursday. Do it. Do it. Bet you won't. Bet you won't. Man, I don't know. I was just it's like people criticize, this is just a tangent based on me just saying like streaming himself sleeping. It's like, man, I'm not gonna lie. If I could just like sit down on a chair with my shirt off and be given money for being hot, I would do that. One, no one wants to see that. Two, not hot. But I'm like, man, if I could just do that for like 2 years, I'd be okay with that. Just give me money for being hot. I'd be okay with that. I think I would be okay with that. Let me buy a house. Let me buy whatever. You know, instead of a 600 square foot box. But I will say though, it's like, even though this so the the landlord, I'm not going to tell anyone where it is. The landlord listed the new place. And so I did my move out inspection. Okay, yeah. So about that. So I did my move out inspection on the Friday. The reason being I was pushing for it because I just wanted to be done. When the move out inspection is done, my responsibility of that place is done. But also, they have to do a move out inspection within 24 hours of you actually moving out. That's part of the tenancy rules. Because they could just come in, I could just go in after I've moved out, trash the place. They could go in after I've moved out, trash the place, and be like, you're responsible. Like, so it was a whole thing of just like, yeah, I've moved out. You've inspected it, you've seen it, everything, right? The guy who was doing it, because I like I said, my landlord was threatening me to say that the property manager, who's his accountant that charges him shitloads of money, is like, you're gonna pay for it. I'm like, no, I'm not. But that guy showed up. It's this like sweet old 70-year-old man who all he wanted to do was talk about the Cocker Spaniel he just rescued from like an adoption center. And I was like, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be great. So I got to just hang out with this like sweet old man for like an hour while he told me all about his dog that he got and everything. And it was like, he was telling me like, you know, he had like a rental property and things like that. But it was like very, very like measured, normal guy. Like wasn't really listening to anything I was saying because I had that old like old granddad kind of vibe where it's like he's just kind of talking because he's just happy to be out the house kind of thing. But I was like, he's just a really, really nice guy. And so he inspected the place and everything, and he was like, yeah, he was like, everything you've done is good. Like, it's just wear and anything that's like not there is just wear and tear. Like, that's kind of it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, also he can't withhold anything anyway. And he was like going through this email list so the landlord had emailed him this list of things to check. It was fucking, he printed it out and it was like 2 pages long. And even this guy was like, this is a little much. Because it was like, make sure that he's pulled the oven out and cleaned underneath the stove and pulled out the dishwasher and like cleaned down the sides and everything. And the guy looks at me, he looks like he weighs about 80 pounds wet. And he's like, did you do that? And I was like, sure did. He was like, he just kind of looked at everything. And I could see like the cog ticking in his mind of him just being like, we both know I didn't move it. He's like, he's not gonna move it. He's like, have you seen any droppings of like red? I was like, nope. And he was like, cool, good enough for me. And he just like went around, checked stuff, and he was asking about the carpet. And I was like, yeah. I was like, he's like, do you think it needs more? I was like, honestly, I was like, he needs to get rid of the carpet. I was like, the carpet's in really bad shape. It was bad shape when I moved in. I was like, you need to get rid of it. Like, get laminate. And he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. But that's where he like wasn't really listening. I was like, I noticed this plug outside was kind of not working and this and that and pointed stuff out. But it was just like, he was like, yeah, there's just like wear and tear. He's like, I'm going to recommend he gives the whole deposit back. I was like, well, yeah, he has to. And as he's going through the emails, I got to see one of the emails that the landlord had sent him. I saw it for like a second because I think he knew to not like show me everything. And because I kept saying to the landlord, it's like, you need to pay me back for the deposit, the pet deposit, and the interest on it. And there was just this whole paragraph of him being like, oh yeah, like he wants this and that. And he keeps going on about his beloved interest. And I was like, man, this old man doesn't give a shit about you. Like, they never, no. And the thing is, he fucking knew. He knew, but I made sure every email I said included the interest. Like, every email I said. Because they wanted to. And it's like the vitriol he wrote all this stuff in about, like, oh, this and that. I was like, in my mind, I was like, dude, you have been complaining to me and writing me these letters and sobbing on the phone to me about the cost of living crisis and all of this. And I'm like, do you think I don't live in the same economy as you? As if like this doesn't, like, the total accumulation of the interest over 4 years was like $95, right? It's not the end of the world, but I think I fucking earned that $95 for the mental berating he's put me through, right? That almost pays for 30 minutes of a therapy session. So, how much effort did he have to? The answer is 0, but he wanted me to put more in. To be fair, he did. Event to earn his income. That's yeah. He got in like 2006. So like, he has reaped the rewards for like 20 years on this place, and then the interest rates are high. And he's just been like, oh, I'm only breaking even. And I'm like, no, you dickhead. You're getting a house for free. You're not breaking. Like, I understand the logic, but it's not the same as other things. It's like, you're fucking stupid. So he listed it. He actually listed it for about what I would say is a reasonable price. I was actually surprised because the numbers he was throwing out to me on the phone was like, oh, this studio apartment's going for $3,500 and this, and I was like, it's like, dude, if you list it for that, that's crazy. I screenshotted like the listings, everything. One, he put different prices on different websites at different points, so it's like one of them will be like for XX50, but on the top it's like XX95. He was offering special deals on discounts of rent where I'm like, dude, you complained to me this whole time about not making money. And it's like, you're giving like discounts on it. And I get it's the whole thing of just like trying to just get someone in. But I'm like, man, when I see stuff like that, as a renter, I'm like something's off because like why do you have to offer that for me to get in the like maybe a lot of people don't care about that and think about it. But the motherfucker gave out my phone number and my buzzer number for the building for viewings. So all yesterday I was getting calls and buzzers from Home Buzzer. And I was like, are you I was ready to like send an email. I just put my phone into it. I was ready like, are you fucking joking? Like it was just like, are you kidding me? Why did you, because he said he had someone to show it there. Why were they giving the buzzer number to me? Because it doesn't just link to the apartment, it links to my phone. So I'm getting buzzes the whole time. Like, I'll be honest, it wasn't an excessive amount. It was maybe like 4 people. And I checked later, but I was like, this is still not okay. Like, this is still not okay. The cleaners that he hired, oh my god. Let me answer what Pyro's saying first. And Aqua. Switch 2 Joy-Cons do not have Hall effect sticks for Hall effects. I don't know what that means. Here's how much the crash will impact housing sales in Canada. If a lot of people had HELOCs or leverage their homes, some to buy stocks only. Yeah, well, I think the other aspect to Pyro is what you're seeing a lot of houses being dumped on the market is that people got in 2020 when interest rates were like 2%, and the interest rates now are over 4%. And so they were buying $700,000 homes or whatever it might be at a low interest rate, and now they can't afford it. That's the big thing. I told the concierge before I left because he came up and said goodbye to me, and I gave him a hug because like we were friends. But I was like, man, that's 4 people. I mean, that's insane. That's insane to me that they even thought to do that, right? That they gave my buzzer out, or just keep it and tell me. I mean, I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to give anything to them just in case, because apparently he was asking the old concierge about bylaws and things like this, and it's like, I don't know what he's trying to do. It's just like, because like the thing I'm worried about is once he's got rent money coming in where he's making his sweet profit, he's gonna come after me and try and take me to arbitration. That's what he might try and do, because he'll think, oh, maybe I can get like a year of rent out of him or something, which is like, he has no leg to stand on. But it's like, I'm not even kidding. Like, the mental toll that last week had on me, like sleeping here has been such a relief. And I'm so glad that I got a mailbox so that none of my addresses are connected to that place at all. Like, they do not have a direct contact to me here or anything like that. It goes to a mailbox that's not close to where I live or anything. Because I genuinely fear if he's ever in Vancouver again, he would try and show up. He would. I wouldn't, like, as much as that sounds insane, the amount of times where I've been like, this is what an insane person would do, and he's done it, is absurd. See him a tad. It's just like beyond normal rationalization of like, this is not okay. This is not how you behave towards anyone. This is like, how do you not see this as harassment? How do you not realize what, like, the whole calling me and screaming at me because I said I don't feel comfortable speaking to him on the phone without it being recorded or it being in writing. He took that to call me and start verbally berating me on the phone. And I was like, yeah, this is why. Like, what do you mean? What do you, like, why would you lose your shit over that? So I told the neighbors, I was like, I'm going to write a letter to give to new people. I didn't end up writing the letter. I just said to them, I was like, if you meet them, I was like, please just tell them to record everything and learn their rights as through and through. But I genuinely, because of like what he's charging for it, I hope that the people or whoever moves into that place is a fucking lawyer. Because he will get a rude awakening. If someone like a lawyer or a doctor moves in there, because it's not like that expensive, but just like it might just be outside of a threshold of some other people. I hope it is, and they fucking they'll teach him a lesson that he needs to learn. Hall Effect 6, use magnets, how they work instead of wearing them down. Distance pads, which leads to stick drift. Hall Effects in Paris. Oh, okay. So they don't have that. That's disappointing. Legal assistant moves. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean, Christ, I don't think I'm gonna get my deposit back easy at all, like in any way. I think that I'm gonna have to like. I'm giving them the grace period of May 15th because the technical end of the agreement is the end of April. But if I don't have it by then, I'm going to arbitration for that. I'm not letting that slide. I'm not letting that slide. After what he's put me through, I'm not letting that slide. Like, it's not an insignificant amount of money. It's not about the fact that he could give me double back. It's not about that. It's like, I'm not letting it slide. If he tries to shortchange me on it, if he starts trying to withhold stuff, absolutely not. It's like they will garnish it if they have to, because it's being paid to the property manager here. It's not being paid directly to him because he doesn't have a Canadian bank account. It's being paid to a property manager. They will instruct that property manager, like, you need to take this money out and send it to Cam. They will. So yeah, I think the next month is going to be interesting. The new thing that I'm dealing with in the new apartment is the AirTags. I don't know if you can see, but someone has a AirTag and AirPods, and I just keep getting constant messages, about it. And you cannot turn it off. You cannot turn it off. They literally will not let you. The only way that you can turn it off is if you have the device and you have to turn it off on the device. I think it happened when... No, because it said it was moving with me and it was showing like it moving. What I think it is it's someone above or below me, or maybe one of the neighbors has like AirPods. Like, I don't know, because it keeps saying it's moving with me, but there's no way. I'm paranoid because I've been doing the thing where you can play the noise and I don't hear the noise anywhere, so it's not like playing a sound or anything. And I'm just like, I keep hitting play on it to try and get them to like turn it off. I think it happened in my last place too for like maybe a few days, but it's kind of annoying because the thing that's annoying about it, you cannot just turn on do not disturb. It goes through that. Like, it ignores do not disturb. So my phone just goes off. Tech literally. No, it's people who just have the sharing location stuff on. Like, I can see them all and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Do a nearby share of an image with instructions on how to turn it off. True. That would be really funny. That would be really, really funny. But yeah, anyway. Today that arrived. So I've mounted the TV. My projector screen. I dropped that shit. Yeah. My new projector screen arrived. I gotta get rid of the old one. What do you mean by good neighbors? What do you mean, Pyro? What do you mean by good neighbors? I've only seen technically one neighbor. I've seen two, but they like I wasn't like coming out of my place and saw them. They were just like leaving their place as I was coming out the elevator. That was like the day I was picking up the keys, so there was a lot of stuff going on. I've seen someone else that's further down the hall, and I just said hi to them, but not like met any of them. What's really funny is one of the supervisors. I know, Low Man Land, he goes Rando Hottie. Yeah. One of the supervisors. So remember that film I had to go on set for? And I said about the supervisor couldn't be there the next day, so I had to go in place of them. Turns out he lives in my building. So that's really funny. I like went down and checked the mail the other day, and I saw his name on the thing, and it's like such a specific name that I was like, that's him, because I remember him saying he lived like close to where I used to live, and it's such a like there's no way it's someone else. It's too specific, and I was like, holy shit, like that's funny. So I know technically know someone in the building. Maybe she should. Maybe I don't know. He's like a much older. I don't want to say anything. It not in like a negative way. I just don't want to give any like personal information of someone who doesn't consent to it. Fuck the landlord. I mean, he's just the landlord and he's an insane person. It's more about what he does to me. I don't want to give up good people's information. But it would be good. No, the thing is, he owes us files for one of the for that project that we did. So I'm like, I said to the head of studio, I was like, I'll just nip upstairs real quick and go knock on his door and grab a hard drive. More so that than anything. But I got to get rid of the freestanding projector screen because it's too fucking big. And I got a 100-inch one that will mount to the ceiling that will pull down like a manual one. And then I'm going to mount, so if this was this room, I'm going to mount the projector screen on that wall above the TV so it just like covers the TV. That way I don't have to move everything. And then I'm going to get a shelf that goes on the wall behind the couch, like above it, that goes straight at the TV. And then that way when I want to do a movie night, I don't have to move my whole setup, but it's like, it'll be really good. We can do like big, the 100-inch, I was like, it's not really going to be that big of a difference because I was looking at like 77-inch TVs to go up from the 65, and I was like, it's only a little bit bigger, and then an 80. I was like, looking at the sides of it, I don't even think a 77-inch TV would fit on that wall. Or sorry, is it 75? 75. And then there's like a 75 and then an 83 or something like that. And it's like the 83 wouldn't fit at all. And then this is just, it's gonna overhang like the bedroom door and like potentially half, like not half, but like the balcony door. So it's like, this is gonna be fun to just like have that hanging and do like movie nights. I'm gonna have to get someone to help me mount it, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I gotta figure out how to like drill it into the ceiling because I gotta get the hooks and everything first and figure out exactly where I want it to go. But movie night, Pyro, Aqua, come over and we'll watch giant movies. Like movies about giants on a giant screen. That's what I mean. That's specifically what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it. I don't know what else to. Yeah, I got my little plant here. I will say this room gets very warm. Like even without the PC running and streaming, this room does get warm. I am a little worried in the summer. I have the window open out there right now. I don't have the one in here. Yeah, so it's southwest facing, and the sun is just on the building like almost the whole day. Until a new building goes up, it's going to be on the building the whole day. The bedroom has AC, and it's like offset, so it's pointing towards the door into the living room. I did put the portable AC in the storeroom today, but I have to take it out in like a month or two. And then I've just got the like little fans, like the little Honeywell fans that I'm gonna plug in underneath the desk. That's what I did. I mean, that's what I did in the last place, right? It's not a big deal. The window will be open. I'm just like I don't know how much the noise travels through the wall to like the neighbors, so I gotta be like careful about it. Swamp cooler time. I do have one of those. I have one of those like water. It's kind of like a mini water cooling one that lasts like 2 or 3 hours. So I might have to break that out and have that going. My main worry was just like if and when I get a dog to like make the dog comfortable, because the fuck are they gonna do? You know, they can't sweat. They're just gonna be panting the whole time. So gotta figure that out. But I was thinking I'll get like proper blackout blinds, walkies. I mean, that was the thing. The other day, it was so hot in the apartment, and I went outside and I was like, I was freezing. I was like, what the fuck? Because I don't know what it is. I don't know if the sensors are wrong or what it is, but it's like all of the rooms say 23 degrees all the time, and I turned it down to like 10, and it's on a manual mode, so like they're not on. Like none of the heaters are on. But all of them just like register the rooms as like 23 degrees. Yeah, there's one saying 24.5. 24.5, how? It's not 24.5 degrees. Unless this is Fahrenheit. No. Celsius. Like, I don't get it. I don't get how it's this hot when it's been raining all day. But oh well. Robin can enjoy dealing with that. Sleeping in the living room while I got the AC blast in. I'm like, yeah. She'll just have like 15 fans surrounding her. 24 freedom units would be subsidy. True, I'd take that right now. Felt like that most in-house thermometers are all sorts of work. Yeah, I mean they've it's never really been, even at the last place. It was like 22 degrees. If you had the heating on at 22 degrees, it was like you couldn't feel it. If you put it on at 23, it was like a boiler. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, why is this 1 degree? Like, there's no in between. It's like it's off or it's on, and that's kind of it. So, I still haven't. The office is mostly okay. I gotta sort out all of the stuff that's on here. There's a lot of like crap that I've got to like put away and figure out what to do with and everything. But I don't know if that's gonna stay. I was thinking again, decorating this wall to like put this. You can get these like nice acoustic, but the like wood lined foam panels. And I was looking at getting those where it's like they have like a nice like a cool pattern on it. So it's not just like the wooden slats, but like actually has a pattern on it. I was thinking of like doing that here. I don't know, because like this wall I want to keep kind of free, and I want to paint it gray for light bounce. But then I also need to like that will help with the sound treatment. I was thinking I might put a tension rod up here to put curtains up, mostly for like sound dampening than anything else, but also a little bit more light control. I mean, the light control's pretty good in here. I'm not gonna lie, but putting up like blackout curtains across this would actually be like the ones I had in the old place would actually be pretty good. But it's mostly just for sound absorption because I'm just hitting a blank wall right now, right? Whereas before it was like I was speaking into like curtains. So maybe I can hang a sound blanket, but I also want it to look nice. I don't know. Okay, I do have. Oh, I have water. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna run that ad. There's an ad that's gonna run. I'm just gonna run it real quick. I thought it was really funny though that the last stream I did, I gifted Toxic a sub, and I thought it'd be really funny if I just didn't come back and stream for a month, so that he finally got a sub, didn't have to watch ads and could use the emotes. But then I don't go live for an entire month, and he can't use them. And then as soon as I'm back, he just gets hit with ads again. I, I was tempted. I was really tempted, but I was like, no, I want to actually stream. I mean, today's not going to be a super long stream. I'll be honest. You thought of that too. I could tell when you were you started at first, like your emote responses were really supportive, and then the dog doctor emote started coming back, and I was like, oh yeah, he's thinking I'm not coming back. But yeah, today's stream won't be super long. I'm still like I said in Discord, I fucking crashed. It hit 6 o'clock. I was like sitting on the couch. This is how much of a child I am. Is I was drinking Ribena. I'm drinking concentrate black currant drink and eating Skittles on the couch. And I finished those, and then I was like, I'm just a little like, I'm gonna get comfy under the blanket real quick. And I just passed out for like 40 minutes. I was like, fuck. So, I did pass out, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'm still not 100%, not quite back. And it's like getting my bearings still. I feel very comfortable in the apartment now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm already feeling very comfortable here. There's things I just haven't figured out. Again, I don't know how much noise I'm making. Things just aren't quite set up 100%. I've still got to arrange a few things, but everything that's kind of like core functionality is like good. Like the living room is a functioning living room now. The boxes are gone. The bar stools are in. My little coffee station's in. I just need the coffee maker to go on it. TV's in. Like everything's kind of in its place, except for the bedroom because I don't have a bed frame. I haven't got the new mattress yet. I'm gonna wait on that. Um, and then just like I gotta fix like a couple things. Was like I gotta fix the hole where the wires go through and everything, and take the 38 different hooks down off all the walls. And I was like, it's like I get it in the little pantry room where they just like put a hook up to hang things. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. But there's like so many, like some of them just don't make any sense at all. Of like, what was this for? Oh man, if Pyro was streaming right now, he better be. He better be co-streaming my stream, and then I'll stream his reaction of his stream to me. Hydrate, redeem every 5 minutes. Oh man, he'd drown. Fuck no. Go live. You actually gonna stream though? Well, in that case, Cam doesn't know. Well, I do now. Let's get fucked. Get absolutely dicked on, sir, and or madam, and or whatever else. But yeah, that's kind of it. This is kind of a shit stream. Sorry, everyone. It's just me. it's just me fucking talking about moving. I wish I had more interesting things to like say and talk about and everything. It's just like I'm just fucking beat, man. I am so tired. I haven't been in the gym, so there's no gym stuff. Cause you don't know. What do you mean? Are you actually live? Clicking on the stream. Unfollow. No, I'm going for a colonoscopy tomorrow, so okay. I see. Can you live stream that? Can we get a feed of the camera? Can we get you could probably stream it. It would be educational, that's for sure. So I think you could do it. The only thing it is laxatives, coffee, and water. So you just basically drank coffee and water, is what you're saying. So, or you ate my cooking. So my cooking, coffee, and water. That makes sense. Well, good luck with the colonoscopy. Sorry I won't be there to do it myself, but training's come visit. Oh yeah, you better start widening. I don't know, get some of those calipers going. No, I do have a probe lens. I could do it for you. One sec. Sorry, the doctor needs his tools. Let me just get my, is it flexible? No, that's the best part. I mean, God, I really haven't used this at all. It comes in a bag. Here you go. It's the, like, if you just reverse this is what's gonna happen. There you go. Let do it. How far we gotta get up though? I did think, because if I think I have the thing, but I could actually mount this on here as well. I think I have like a adapter. Yeah. I could do it. Has a little light on the end as well. Don't know if you can see. It has lights on the end, so you can see inside your rectum. Just whatever you do, just don't think about getting an erection when they slide it in. Or try not to moan when they slide. That's all you're going to be thinking about tomorrow is just like trying not to moan. Try not to moan, challenge impossible. Okay, I'll save that for later. I'll save that for my weekend activities. You can do those cocaine shots? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I wanted to use it in... So the cool thing about this lens, though, is it's waterproof up until, like, halfway. So you can submerge it in water and do, like, ink shots and stuff like that. You did the yeah when I first checked. What, in, like, the bathroom 5 minutes ago? We just... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just screaming from the bathroom. Aqua, we're out of Vaseline. Get me the Vicks Vapor Rub. Too soon? Yeah, too soon. Yeah. No, yeah, okay. Not the Vicks. What? Just you don't want to feel a little menthol tingle in your butthole? Vapor rub and that kind of body tissue? Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone told me years ago, I think it was like 15, and it was like my cousin's cousin, and he was like 30. He should not have been telling me this stuff. And he was telling me about them using like Vaseline as like a lubricant, and apparently you're really not supposed to use Vaseline for that because if it gets into little cuts, it can burn like a motherfucker. And I'm like, I don't want to know, dude. I'm good. Thank you. Also, I'm 15. Why are you telling a 15-year-old child about fucking lubing up with Vaseline? I tell you what, though, it wouldn't just be your sinuses that are clear after using the Vapor Rub Aqua. My God. Johnny Cash would be singing from the grave. That was Tiger Balm. Is that the sequel? Is that Carol Baskin spinoff? What is Tiger Balm? Tiger Balm. Effective body ache. I mean, that tiger is stretching. What is this? There's a lot of old people and then just one 28-year-old woman. Yeah. There's not a lot of diversity on this website, put it that way. Some people have boundaries. No, they don't. Everyone's got a price. No, that sounds wrong. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. It does the trick of making your skin feel hot, tingly, drawing blood to that muscle group. Okay. So it helps with muscle aches, but it's very vapor rub-like. Okay. And when do I come? Is that before or after I apply it? Is that when I come? Testimonials. What, like, how did they? Okay, so you go to testimonials and there's a thing that you can fill out and you just kind of, who does this? Who goes to the website other than me right now? Who goes to the website like, you know what? I need Tiger Balm to know how it changed my life. Can we fill this out? Can we actually do this? This product rocks. Don't leave home without it. It's not like an R-word whistle or, like pepper spray. It's Tiger Balm. Okay, this is a good one. One of the best products ever. I teach fitness at the gym and often tend to injure myself. Just one application for bed is all I need. You teach fitness and often injure yourself. You should not be teaching anything. If you are on this making a testimony saying, yeah, I'm frequently damaged from my own actions, what do? Oh, I teach. Nope. I've had shoulder injury for over 6 years. I've tried every pill and ointment available, but most of it I get from is Tiger Balm Ultra. I use it 3 to 4 times every day. It's awesome. Life would be very discomforting without it. That could be a testimonial for Tiger Balm or for crystal meth. That could be both. I feel like they didn't say once that they went and saw a specialist as well. They just started taking pills and ointments. All right, Christopher Wells. Okay. Why is it always shoulder injuries? What's going on? I feel very targeted right now. This one's not very funny, so I can't make jokes on that one. This one is a couple of years ago. My doctor recommended I use a lotion to alleviate the pain in my neck. Luckily, I chose Tiger Balm. I have used it ever since, and my neck is better than ever. Well, clearly it's not doing that great of it. If you have to keep using it, it's probably not good. I don't think that's what your doctor was necessarily saying. Using a lotion, well, like a Vino. Someone's name was Westblood. I don't trust Westblood. When teachers' main philosophy is learn from someone else's mistakes, right? Arriving cabin anytime, thankfully. He switched doctors and the pain in his neck was gone. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't fix the problem, it alleviates symptoms. Yeah, it's like, why continue trying to fix the root cause? It's duct tape for the body. It's duct tape for the body. That's what it sounds like. Even though I hate to admit it, I'm getting old and quite often my joints ache. Tiger Balm is the only product I use to ease my discomfort, and it works. Have you tried going outside to a gym or doing any kind of exercise whatsoever? Because I think that would help too. I've been skateboarding for over 30 years. Used this product for many injuries and relieves the pain, and heal time is speedy. Spelled heal H-E-E-L. So clearly it's his feet that are in pain. At 45 years old, this is my go-to product to keep me active. Thanks, Tiger Balm. This is the product that keeps you active? Dude, these people, what is going on with these people that they're leaving testimonials like this on Tiger Balm's website? As a Canadian national skeleton athlete, that's a sentence. Also, don't all Canadian athletes have skeletons? Having something that I can depend on. Oh, I had to scroll for this one. Having something I can depend on to help warm up my muscles and help with muscle pain is huge. It's great before I start my warm up and great after when I need pain. I love being able to reach my Tiger Balm instead of an oral pain reliever. Don't know why that's funny to me. Tiger Balm has been a huge part of my career thus far. I'm going to continue to use it in the future. I don't know. A Tylenol T3 kind of does the trick for me. Or whiskey. Actually, if you combine two of them, you have a great night's sleep. You might not wake up, but you'll have a great night's sleep. Okay, this one, what is this? Okay. I was hiking with a very heavy backpack. My knees suddenly seized on me. I could not go any further without major pain. One of the people I was hiking with was carrying a small jar of Tiger Balm and suggested I try it for my knees. I was immediately able to continue the hike and no longer felt my knees having any pain for the remainder of the 4-day long trip. This stuff is magical. I think they gave you ketamine, not fucking Tiger Balm. Skeleton equals bobsledding. Yes, I was just trying to make a skeleton joke though. Paid actors? I don't think they were paid. Body being weird. If it aches to move, maybe you should move more. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, exercise causes that teach problems. True. He should not exercise. These other people should exercise. He should stop exercising. Sarcasm so thick. It's true. I've mastered it. Oh my god, some of these are so long. After suffering for the last 10 years with a disc herniation and disc bulge, my friend told me to try Tiger Balm patch, and I'm so glad I did. For the last 5 months, I've had burning in my back, bum, and down my legs. Put the patch on the area of the back where I have the disc problem, and the burning is gone. It's a miracle. I feel like a new person. I'm on my way to recovery. What can I say? Thank you, time. You need surgery. Lori Windsor, you need fucking surgery. Because all you're doing is aggravating it more. You waited 10 years with a disc bulge and herniation, and you did nothing about it and then started rubbing Tiger Balm on it. That's crazy. Oh, we circled back to the product rocks. Don't leave home without it. The dude who teaches fitness and hurts himself, that's not good. That's not good. You need a new career path, okay? Arun Pillai. If I see your name on a gym sheet, I'm running away. There is no way in hell I am hiring you as a personal trainer. I thought that was Elle Fanning. Don't worry about it. I was looking at something else. My God. Anyway, that was a fun little trip down memory lane of Tiger Bomb. What else? What else can we look at? Let's look at MLS listings. No, let's not. I'm done with that. I'm not looking at any housing ever again for at least 5 years. For at least 5 years. Cool Runnings, bobsled. I haven't watched that film in a while. I think it still holds up. I hope it still holds up, like somewhat well, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. What's that? Oh, got another. I'm like, why does my phone keep ringing? It's in Do Not Disturb. It's the fucking AirPods. I guess they're home. Now you get to look at faucets and outlets and paint shades. Yay! Yeah, there's a lot of broken light switches and everything in this place. I will say the guy who set up my internet, there was there's like an outlet that's underneath the TV, and it was like one of the 100 speed and a landline. I was like, okay. I was like, it's like, is that gonna work? He's like, yeah, it will probably work, but it's only gonna get 100. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's not too bad. He's like, I could try rewire it for you, and I was like, okay. So he went and rewired the outlet, and now the outlet underneath the TV gets like a gig internet. And he's like, yeah, it's like it works, and it does like it's getting the full speed. It's just unfortunately you won't be able to have a landline anymore because I removed it. And I'm like, I think I'll live. I think I'll be okay without a landline. Thanks though. So now I have gig internet. I'm just like, I don't know. I watched a video by Eddie Burback, and it was talking about how he wanted to get rid of his phone for 30 days, so he got a landline phone. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. And then I was like, no, my friends we don't call each other. I would never speak to anyone ever again. We text. We send voice messages and text. We don't call. Although I do think it would be funny if Shay and I got landline phones and left answer machine voice messages instead of just like the voice message in iMessage, and we just like call. So you have to sit through the phone ringing, let the answer machine message play, and then you have to leave the voicemail. Yeah, just like go with that. Or you go really retro and you record it to a tape, and then you have you have someone deliver it. Physically, yeah, with the tape. You have to mail it though. That's the thing. I think that would be really funny. It has to be like a rotary phone as well. We have rotary phones, and I don't know if they can even like have an answering machine, but still, very very funny. But now focusing on or say do not answer. Yeah, you just have to sit through like the call. That's the thing. Wi-Fi only, maybe. Maybe still have your mobile phone, but no mobile service. With a landline though? Oh, I guess yeah. If you do that. I thought about that. I thought about just leaving my phone in like airplane mode for like big swaths of the day. Like the other day when I was like trying to edit a photo on my phone, I had to turn off like the color filters because like I've said before, like I have all the filters on my phone so that it like suppresses all of the vibrance because it hurts my eyes. And I turned it off the other day to edit photo, and it was just so overwhelming. It looks so gross. Like it looks so. Cause like that's now it's too dark. Like that's what it looks like with the filters off or on. That's what it looks like with it on. It's so grotesque. I was like, I can't do it. It's so it hurts my eyes. It looks like vomit. You did Wi-Fi only phone for a while with a small data plan as a backup. It's barely noticeable of different. Yeah, I mean, there's certain times where I do need the phone. I guess like for buzzer and things like that, but like I thought about getting a it's like I guess this maybe was what you perhaps did too, where you can get like a Google number or you get like an internet number, so you give that number out, and what it does is it forwards it to your phone, so that way you're never putting like your own phone number into things. the VoIP phone. I thought about doing that because I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's like $1 a month or something. I've actually thought of doing that, especially for things where it's like I have to use it for like my business phone. Google phone is two-factor and signing up for it. Yeah. Well, it's more just like to give because it's so frequently used for spam. Right. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily use it for that. It's more about the using that number to give to people or things that don't require like for anything like proper like I'd have to use my normal number like my bank and things like that. But it's like any outgoing thing that isn't kind of I don't want to say like closed loop, but like anything that's not like online or any like I would use like a that number. Kind of like the way when you use Apple Pay, what it does is it scrambles or encrypts your card information. So the card information that the service gets is not your card and it's like encrypted. So that way, if someone steals your number, steals your credit card details, they're not actually stealing it. They're stealing like just random details that aren't tied to anything. So yeah, I was thinking of doing something like that. But I don't know. I think I'm getting a little too in the weeds with that stuff. It's just I don't know. After dealing with that landlord, I don't I don't want to give anyone my actual information anymore. I'm so done. I don't trust people. I'm over it. It's just yeah. Like as soon as I moved, I went into my phone carrier. Well, it's just like I went into my phone carrier and I updated my address, and within 3 hours, I got three calls from them trying to get me to upgrade my plan. I got like three calls from Telus, and I got like three calls from Bell, and like two from Shaw in like the span of 4 hours because I changed my address, which then pings all the companies, I guess, that would usually mail you because you do like the data forwarding. Mr. Chancellor, I love friendship with Cam, stuck being. No, I'd still no, not with you guys. I'm talking about like people that I don't know, like going forward, and like putting it down for like other things. Like I don't want to like give like when I sign up for websites now, I do the plus thing. So whenever you type in like the email, you do plus whatever, so that if the thing ever gets hacked, you know where it came from. Like if you start getting like spam messages or anything, you know which website that it came from, and you can be like, yeah. So I started doing that. I thought about getting like another email that just forwards things too, so it's like another layer of it. But yeah, it's just because like I don't want to give stuff. I don't want to use emails that are connected to any kind of like PayPal or any like anything that's connected to that stuff. I don't want to use those things. And then on top of that, I want to have basically like a burn it email, then sign up. They're stripping the plus. I've seen some have started doing that. I've seen some websites that won't accept it, um, which is why also I was like, well, if I have like a burner email that just forwards things, then it's not the end of the world, right? Got to get custom domain name, sign up with. Oh God. Ugh, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I thought about getting the Google business thing so then you can have a custom email. I did think about doing that. Sorry, I know I keep like scratching myself. It's just because like I've been dusty all day. Also, I haven't been taking my because my doctor was like, "Oh, you should start like weaning off it." I haven't been taking my anxiety ADHD meds as often, and one of the side effects of the medication is it makes you itchy, and I think I'm having the reverse effect, or as it's like coming off of it, I'm getting I'm getting it again as well, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna do that. Sign up with something like, yeah, I that's what I thought of doing. It's just like getting something like that where it's like again just like a separation thing. You just get like a contact at blah 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 whatever, right? I mean, I even got rid of like my website. It was just I wasn't using it. I know I'm supposed to have one as part of like my business thing, but it's like I'm not using it. Squarespace wanted like 200 US dollars for the renewal of just the hosting, not including domain. I was like, fuck no. It's like I like the service, I like using it, but it's so expensive. Like that's like 300 something, like 300 Canadian easy just to have a website that no one uses and no one goes to. Um, I used to have like a Just Host, I think, or a Blue Host or something, and it was like $5 a month. Yeah, it was like $5 a month. I think I'll do something like that. If I do a website again, I'll do something like that, and then I'll just like get a domain again and do it separately. Um, I think that makes way more sense than because I don't use my website enough, and no one went to it. You know, it wasn't like I was using it to get client work or anything. Um, it was just kind of just having a web presence, and then as I've been talking to Pyro, it's like I don't really use a lot of social media anymore. I don't go on Blue Sky really unless I'm, scrolling Blue Sky. And it's like Twitter I don't go on, Instagram I barely open. Like honestly, Discord is like the only place I've actually started spending time as like a social media platform, to be honest. I can't do it anymore. So it's like I've been really pulling back. As things of getting more like AI based and everything, I'm like I don't want to be on these sites anymore. As much as it can kind of hurt growth as a content creator, I'm really struggling to want to engage with those things, like even like YouTube stuff as well. Like I know I need to like post clips, I know I need to post shorts and things like that on TikTok or whatever. It's not that I have like enough moments to do that though. That's the thing. Not a very interesting streamer where I get that many clippable moments to share and put together. So it's just kind of like stuff that I've got to work on in that front and overcome. But I should start making more content on those things. But I think I'm just gonna focus on Twitch and YouTube. If I just pick those two things and just stick to those things, I think that's fine. Everything else, like YouTube can kind of encapsulate with the short stuff, but I can't do social media anymore. It's getting too much. It's getting way, way, way too much. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't have the brain capacity for it. It's there's this it's what I realized is all I was doing was I was opening these websites just to clear notifications. Sorry, I just realized my camera bag was open. It's like I'm opening like Instagram just to clear notifications and do like a cry laughing emoji reaction to people's things that I looked at, sure, but I'm like, I don't know. Robin sent me a bunch of voice messages the other day to describe K dramas, and I haven't even listened to them yet because I've just been trying not to be on my phone, but also there's so much. Not like as a criticism of Robin, but it's like those episodes are so insane, and so much happened. Where she sent me like two voice messages the other day, and I listened to them, and I was like, it was like maybe 12 to 15 minutes. I was like, man, that's a crazy like 3 episodes you just watched. She's like, I'm halfway through one episode. I was like, what do you mean you're halfway through one episode? How did all of that happen in half an episode? She was like, I don't know, man. It was like someone's getting kidnapped, and there was like sign language involved, and it was like they were using sign language to kind of describe crazy things that were happening, and then there were flashbacks, and then something else happened, and then someone was trying to look at someone's legs. I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, that was like 35 minutes. I was like, did the Flash write this? Like, what do you mean this is 35 minutes of an hour episode? So I have 6 voice messages from him. I think maybe more, maybe 7. And I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be 1, maybe 2 episodes. And I'm like, that's that's insane that this is how much stuff is happening in these shows, because it's absolutely bonkers what's happening. Like it's absolutely bonkers. There's stuff where it's like, clearly there's a lot of problems like with the 4B movement in Korea. And it's like stuff to do with that where it's like, I wonder if I'm being too loud. I don't know if I'm being too loud. I don't know if someone's knocking on the wall. I'm so terrified. I don't know how loud I could be in this place yet. It's like someone, it's like this woman who's mute. It's like this woman who's mute describing to someone that her husband is trying to kill her, and this other person is like, oh, that just means he loves you. I'm like, what? I don't think that's what it means. I don't think that's how love is shown. Again, this isn't Tiger King. I do not get it at all. But I have to listen to those. I said that I did say to Robin that Saturday the floodgates can open and she can start sending them again. And so she kept to it. She kept to her word. And I've at least got to give the respect that I can to that and actually listen to the voice messages that she sent. So I digress. I'm not gonna lie, this has been fun. I'm waning heavily. I'm so tired. I still gotta make dinner as well. So I think I'm gonna actually, as much as this isn't a long stream, I'm really sorry. I think I'm gonna actually wrap up the stream here. At a see you guys. I was just gonna see, where I'm gonna raid. I saw that she was live. That's what I was looking at. So I'll send you over there. Don't worry, Toxic. Nothing's changed. I am still the same person, and I am as predictable as ever.
I didn't get that.
Shut up, Siri. Siri, I swear to God, I will let you punch me in the ovaries.
Should I call emergency services?
No, cancel.
Okay, let me know if I can help.
What just happened? What just... Oh my God. Anyway, on that note. Good grief. All right. Anyway, my phone is trying to kill me. Yes, I'm gonna raid and host Galaxy. I'm gonna send you guys over there. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I don't know about Wednesday stream this week. There is some stuff I've got to figure out at work. There's a lot of pipeline stuff. But also, I'm still just kind of getting my energy back. I haven't eaten... This will be the first meal I've eaten today, aside from the bag of Skittles, right? So I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of everything. My hope is that by the weekend, I'll be back to normal with, like, going to the gym. We can, like, stream on Saturday and Sunday as we would normally. I just need kind of this last little bit to kind of... Now that everything's cleared and put away and I can kind of just, like, exist... that's kind of where I'm at. So most likely there won't be a stream on Wednesday, but I will most likely be live on Saturday as normal, and we'll actually play probably some games. There's some fun games that come up. I was thinking about getting the Sons of the Forest. Shay's been playing it, and it's on sale for like $15 right now, so I might potentially pick that up. But yeah, anyway. Take a Toxic, take a Pyro, take a Aqua if you're in the background. Thank you guys. It was really good to see you. Thank you for coming and checking out the place. Hopefully I was in focus. Probably not. I don't know. Everything else is out of focus, but things might change a little bit as the week goes on, as I kind of figure out the layout of this room, but this will probably be mostly what it's like. But anyway, have a great rest of your night. Thank you for hanging out. I love you. Sarah might be back next time too. I'll get her out of the trunk of the car. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.